In this video, you're going to learn how to apply the collapsed topics format to your course and to get a little color in there that maybe relates to an image on your page. So here we go. I'm on Nick's page, and as I scroll down, you can see that each topic has a lot of resources underneath it, and we could reduce the scroll if we put this in collapsed topics. So let me show you how to do that really quickly. So you go into your administration block, you're going to click on Edit Settings, and you're going to scroll down to Course Format, and most pages are probably in Topics format. If you want to switch over to Collapsed Topics, you can choose that. And then I want you to take a look at how are the hidden sections behaving? Are they in collapsed form? Or are they completely invisible? I recommend that you make them completely invisible so that they do not show up to students or parents at all. If they're collapsed, they just look confusing. Like they're there, but you can't see anything under there. So anyway, you have the ability to customize colors for your topic blocks, and I'll show you how to do that in just a moment. But this is the area for customizing the colors, and these are our default colors: blue, gray, and white text. All right, we click on Save, and I'm going to turn editing off, and you will notice now that he has collapsed topics. So they are gray. When you hover over them, they're blue, and they are white text. So what about if you want to customize your colors? I have two options for you. One would be if you have an image that is image that stays on your page. So let's just say that Nick had this Global Issues Network image in an HTML block and it stays on his page. He could use these colors: light blue, dark blue, and white. Here's how you'd figure out the hex codes of those colors, because that is what you have to enter into the settings. So if I launch a piece of software on my computer that is called the Digital Color Meter. Now the way I did it, because it's not on my dock, is I went up to Spotlight in the upper right-hand corner, started typing in digital. This software comes up. It's called Digital Color Meter. If you can click and get this to say display in generic RGB, I don't know if you have to put anything. Let me see up here. I think that's all you have to do. And then if you take your cursor and hover over an image, okay, so let's say I hover over that blue, that will give you a 6-character hex code, which is 2E4781. Look right next to the RGB in the digital color meter. 2E4781. Then you can go into your settings, and you can go down to collapse your course format, and you can enter that number in if you want it to be the background color. So 2E8741. Aha. And oh, I think I did it wrong because it's green. Oh well, I didn't have that memorized. And I click Save Changes, and you will notice now that you've changed the color scheme. Now I have green, and when I hover over it is blue, and the text is white. Well, I intended to make it blue, but I forgot the hex code. You're probably going to have to write it down on a piece of paper before you apply it to your page. But that's how you change the colors of your page. Now, I have a favorite website. It's called colorlovers.com, and the color is spelled with an O-U-R. That's probably a French thing or something. And if you go to the Browse menu, you can go to Palettes, and there are colors that are organized in palettes by people maybe that understand color. And so you can look at the most loved or the most favorited colors, and maybe you can find a scheme that you like. So for example, let's say I was just going to take the first one in my list here, and I could make it so that I have these two blues for my background colors, and then I had this orange for my foreground color. So what I would, or my text color. So what I would do is I would click on the palette, and then the palette will expand in this window. And then you can scroll down and you can get the hex codes, and the hex codes are right here. So I'm going to start with that blue. So I'm going to copy that blue. I'm going to go to the page. I'm going to edit settings. And I'm going to go down to my course format, and my background colors are going to be right here. So if I wanted to change the background color, I would paste in that that particular code, and then I want to go get what color do I want it to change to when I hover over it. That's going to be the pond water, so I'm going to copy that code right there with the Command C, or oops, and then I'm going to go back here and I'm going to paste that there. And then what about my text? I want my text to be this bright orange color, so I'm going to copy that hex code, go back to my page in the other tab, and I am going to have it be that color whether I'm hovering or not. All right, so I'm going to scroll down, save changes, and you can see that Nick is in collapsed format now with the blues and the oranges, and when you hover over it, it turns kind of a lighter blue. So you can customize any color you want on your page by changing those hex codes.